I was in a serious domestic violence situation. I have 4 children, 1 on the way. And I had just been kind of going from state to state, place to place, trying to just, get away. So once he actually went away, I decided I was just gonna plant my feet where I was, and we were just gonna try to get stable.
At the time, we were in a hotel.
All 5 of us in a hotel room, 2-bed hotel, just as much as you could think. Like, I'm grateful for it, but whew.
So I was born and brought up in Lagos, Nigeria, and I came here by myself. It was rough though. I was stuck, no documents, no immigration paper. I was considered illegal. I was pregnant too, so that was how I found myself in one of those shelters.
Couple times I was in situations where I was living at other people's homes.
I saw this lady and she said, oh yeah, you can come live with me with your son. In the nighttime, they bring out the thing from the couch. So me and my son would sleep there in the nighttime.
As you know, you can't control what happens in other people's homes. So some environments were toxic.
It was rough, like kids be doing things, they steal, they break things. So I just keep him with me all the time. He's just a happy kid, so I don't want my son to see that.
Towards the 3rd shelter, I believe, you couldn't be out at a certain time. My mom kind of felt a little trapped, and I kind of started feeling that too, because I couldn't go to sports, I couldn't play basketball, and at the time I was starting and I couldn't play because games would go to 8. But then the commute home is about an hour and a half. So I would come late, and then my mom would get strikes and stuff like that. And so yeah, it's just hard, and embarrassment. I definitely felt embarrassment. I couldn't have, bring a girl home, come meet my mom. Couldn't have, game nights or stuff like that. Just things that, normal kids would be able to do. I wasn't able to.
A lot of the times the barriers were me trying to go out and take care of business or look for housing. But as you know, you can't have your kids at the shelter. You gotta, take all the kids with you, and that's a big one in shelters.
Breaking the cycle of homelessness means stopping poverty and homelessness in its tracks. The #1 risk factor for an adult to become homeless is whether they experienced homelessness as a child. So if we can intervene early in families' lives and help them improve their health, increase their income, learn how to be good tenants, we're going to have a really lasting impact on that family and on the communities they live in.
I want my kids to not have the struggles that I had. I want them to be comfortable. I don't need them to be rich, I don't need them to be famous, but comfortable enough to be able to live, to be able to breathe, to say I am okay. I'm not drowning, with my head barely above water.
Every family deserves their own home, because it's kind of mess up with the head of your kids or even you as a parent when you don't have your own place.
There's so much stress that comes from experiencing homelessness that when you are homeless, you can't see the bigger picture. You're only focusing on the short term. You're just focusing on how you're gonna feed your kid, where you're gonna sleep tonight. You're not thinking about, your mental health, your kid's mental health, your kid's education. There's only so much that you can handle, but when you're housed, it gives you that opportunity to access the resources that your family needs.
I've been a resident of Solid Ground for almost 2.5 years now. Honestly, I didn't even ask any questions. They was like, do you want to move into this place? Yes. I think it was the best decision that I could have made because I was able to contain the environment, control it, and, know what my kids was exposed to.
And the apartment here is really nice. I actually really, really like it. I just get to be in my own environment, to breathe my own air for just a few seconds, just feeling, comfortable,
When families have safe and stable housing and they can focus on employment and schooling and all those other things that kids and parents need to do, we all benefit from that.
When you help Solid Ground help others, you are building a better community. It's completely a ripple effect. The dollars that get contributed have such a huge effect and it just keeps on going. The circle gets bigger and bigger and bigger.
Solid ground is like a strong foundation for families. So having solid ground is like having everything.